Hello, everybody. This StreamYard be having a mind of his own. I am, I am not kidding. Hey, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me for the Mad Church Disease program. Please make sure that you guys hit the like button. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. We are hastily on our way to 18,000 subscribers, and it's all because of you. If you can, please make sure that you share this broadcast out. I promise to make this one of these broadcasts that will be shareable, and you won't be ashamed to share this with your friends and your family, etc. Share this broadcast out. We're going to have a little bit of a conversation tonight, and we're going to get into a couple of things. I promise not to be too messy tonight, but I do want to talk about a couple of things. And so y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Good evening, Heavenly Dove. Let me go back up to the top so I can talk to everybody. Cut the Fluff, thank you for joining me. Latrice, thank you so much. Cece, good to have you here. And thank you, and Latrice, for the purple hearts. Rita, thank you so much. Lynn, thank you so much for the purple hearts. Beauty for Ashes, thank you so much. Christine Parks, my good friend Betty Yellick, thank you so much, Betty. Kashara, thank you so much for being here, Kashara. And I don't know if I might go live in the private chat a few minutes after we conclude tonight's live. So I promise I may not keep you guys that long. That way you can come over in the private chat, because I'm probably going to have some things that I want to share with you. And we're going to have a little bit more of a private conversation. Okay, Alice, thank you so very much as well for being here. Shanice, good to have you with me, Shanice. And Shanice, you don't even have to catch the replay. How about that? Miss Lex, thank you so much. Fred Samuel, Moni No Love, thank you so much for being here, Moni. Alice Holder, thank y'all so very much. Princess, Misha, thank you so much. Chosen Treasure, The Juice Radio. What's up, Regina? How are you, darling? You know I love you and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Toy, Ethel. Thank all of you guys for being here tonight. Let's have a conversation. But before I have my conversation, let me give a shout out to all of the members. Thank you guys for being a membership, getting a membership to the channel. For those of you that were gifted memberships, thank you so much. In hopes that you this month will renew your membership. We are going to be starting our book club and our book conversations regarding the book that I've chosen for us to start with. I'm going to start us in forward, and then we're going to go back, but I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. But I'm grateful for all of you. So please consider renewing your membership. I promise next month is going to be off the chain. My goal next month, just so you guys know, is to go live every single day. You heard what I said. So for the full 30 days of next month, that is my goal, is to go live every single day. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, you turn on your bell notifications, as well as make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter. This will make sure that you get an email. Now, I know I haven't been doing that, but I promise next month that is going to change. You guys will be getting an email notification, and based on the first couple of days of the month, if we're able to meet budget and so forth, I will go ahead and pay the money for the tech system, because I got some explaining to do, and I'll explain to you why we have to pay for the tech stuff, because that's why I haven't been able to do the text thing the way that I wanted to do it. But yes, so that way you guys can do that. So just so you know what's going on with that. So make sure you do that. Please hit the link that is in the description. The moderators, of course, will put that information up for you. For those of you that have been reaching out to me regarding consultations and all sorts of things, all of those links, all you have to do is hit the link, scroll down, and all of that information is in that one link. So a lot of times when I go off live, somebody will send me a message and ask me, how in the world do they get a free consultation? And I tell you, the links are in the description. I kid you not. So you know, it's in there. Okay. So if it doesn't work or you have an issue with it, hit it again until it works, because I promise you the link will work. Try a different window, try a different browser. Trust me, it works. That's all I can say for that. For the shout out for all of you that are supporting the Mad Church Disease program. The Cash App information is on the screen for you guys as well. We asked when I go live, if I can get at least 10 of you guys to do at least $10. That will help us meet our budget, and we will be able to do what we need to do. Okay. Let me also send some shout outs to all of you that supported the program yesterday. And I know that a lot of you, some of you did it when we went off the air because that happens a lot. Kedra, thank you so much for your support. Mary, thank you so much for your support. And Willie, thank you so very much for your support as well. Joy, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Leah, thank you so much. Leah, wonderful Leah, supported the program. Clarissa, thank you so much. Emma, Jacqueline, thank you so very much for supporting the program. Caroline, thank you for supporting the program. Judith, thank you as well. Tracy, thank you as well. Gail, thank you for supporting the program. Gerald, also, thank you. I Am Human First, thank you so very much. Lady T, just being me, Lady T, thank you. I don't know which one I'm supposed to. Alice, thank you. Miss T, thank you so very much for supporting the program. Rosalind, thank you guys so much for sorting the program, as well as Tara. So you guys know, everybody supports the program, and I do appreciate all of you guys' love and support. And shout out to James, who just I just saw it. It came up on my screen, but it's not on here yet. I tell you, they be there it is. Jamie. Thank you so much, Jamie, for your support. I appreciate it. Jamie started us off tonight, so I just need 9 more of you guys to do at least $10. Thank y'all so much. All right, everybody. So that information is on the screen. Let's get into our program tonight. Let me start here. Now we're of course going to be talking about tonight some Shannon Sharpe updates. I'm also going to be giving you guys some updates on the P.Diddy situation. We're just going to talk about that from our perspective. I'm also going to be talking to you about the Atlanta Dream Center Assemblies of God situation that's going on there, over there with some sex trafficking. And so we're going to talk about that. Who would have ever thought that we would be talking about churches in America doing sex trafficking? America is something else. All right, let me just take this off the screen. Well, no, I can leave it on there. I don't have to take it down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started with our other topics tonight, let's have a conversation. Let's. Most of you know that. Most of you know that. Well, let me start from the beginning. Hold that thought before I get into that, because this about to be a bumpy ride tonight. I can already feel it. For those of you that are going to join us in the membership area in the next couple of weeks, good evening, Sean. We're going to be actually going over Reimagining Church, which is the book by Dr. Frank Viola. I interviewed Dr. Frank Viola. If you have a membership to this channel, there's an interview that I have that is on this channel. It's in the membership area where you can hear me interview him. I did an interview with Dr. Viola many years ago on the Church Folk Revolution on our radio program. You can actually hear that interview on this channel. So all you need to do, you guys just need to make sure that you take a look and get this book. We're going to discuss this book, and we're going to go over this book. If you guys are out of the institutional church, or you've come out of the institutional church, even if you're still in the institutional church, I want to give you some thoughts. I want to talk to you about reimagining church and how we do church, and understanding the practice, the principles, and some of the things that we do. And we're going to get into some deeper conversations, because that's what this channel is all about. Also, I'm going to take you forward. We're going to first start with Reimagining Church, and then we're going to go back to pagan Christianity, and we're going to talk about pagan Christianity. I'm going to put this out here. If you are one of these people who is determined to say that Christianity is a white man's religion, and you don't understand that Christianity predated all of that European mess, you just don't know your history. I'm not going to argue with you, but we can discuss it when we do get back into those places and spaces. So I want to welcome everybody into having that conversation, but don't come over here insulting us or trying to insult us about our faith, our beliefs, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to get the boot, not just because you're coming over here and challenging us, but you're going to get the boot if you're disrespectful. I want everybody to come over and be respected and understand, that sort of situation. So in the words of Daryl Moore, if you're one of them drum beating ninjas, just understand something. I'm going to handle you accordingly if you're not respectful. That's all I'm going to say to that. But let's talk tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk tonight. Yesterday on the Safe Space program with Vincent Hill, Vincent played a video where there were 3 blind mice on the program. 2 of the blind mice were gaslighting, disrespectful to one of the other their vloggers that was on the program. We all know him in the church vlogging space as William McCray III. I need for you all to understand, those of you that are new to my channel, those of you that are just finding who I am, understand something. I have been doing this work for over 14 years. My first YouTube channel was started in 2007. That is 2 years after YouTube started. By the way, happy birthday to YouTube. YouTube is 20 years old right now. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to Google for having the forethought to go ahead and snatch up YouTube. Most of you all may not know this, that YouTube actually started as a dating app. If you knew that YouTube started as a dating app, put a 1 in the chat. I want to see how many of you knew that. How many of you knew that YouTube started as a dating app? Did anybody know that? So many people don't even know that. Yeah, and that live was most certainly wow. It was the most, and the reason why I'm bringing this up today. Now, most of you don't know. Well, I had this channel. Let me just start off with that. I had this channel in 2007, and that, I started off, the name of the channel, I think, was like Blaze Man 1 or Blaze Man something, right? It was an old channel. And I was really successful on that channel. The only problem was I was just getting up here talking. I wasn't thinking about YouTube as a business, wasn't thinking about making money from YouTube. I was just talking. I believe my first set of videos that I ever put up was, it was about Donnie McClurkin. I had put up the video when Tone, did what he did on Lexi's program and some other videos and stuff like that. I even talked about some Crenshaw Christian Center stuff that way back in the day. And so I've been doing this a long time. The first person that I met on YouTube that I really started watching and paying attention to was a gentleman by the name of Not Your Typical Negro. He is still on YouTube to this day. He's an OG. When I say Kevin Oliver is an OG, Kevin is an OG. Now, when you've not been in this space for so long, you don't really know who the players were from way back in 2007. I give William his respect, but I understand that there were other individuals that were doing this type of work around the same time William was doing it. Now, people try to credit William for being the first person to do this, but let me be very clear. William was not the first person. Now, they can say it, but that is not the truth. If they did not know other people, that's just because they did not know other people who were in this space and in this place, okay? You had a website called pimppreacher.com that was run by the man by the name of TJ, which later formed the Church Folk Revolution. TJ was doing that work around that same time. What's up, Roxanne? You had some other people out there, JL Productions, you name it. There were so many other people that were out here doing this work. Now, William was probably one of the first folks, other than the Church Folk Revolution or pimppreacher.com, to actually attach a website to it. And so, because he had that blog, the blog that he had. And so the reason why I'm telling you all of this tonight, because I want y'all to hear me and understand me. I have great conversations and I try to be fair and I try to be balanced. Um, I've always told you guys over here that I believe that everybody has a right to have their voice. I believe that every vlogger on the internet deserves to have their voice, even if I disagree with them or I don't like them. I just think everybody has a right to have their voice. Just like I believe you have a right to go in a chat and talk and have a conversation as an adult without being accosted because some other vlogger says that they shouldn't catch you over here. I think it is a disgusting, narcissistic level of behavior for other grown, other grown people to try and control other adults. And I don't care for it. But I want you all to hear me, and I want you to hear me very well when I speak here tonight. William has a right to have his voice, and he also has a right to not be gaslit and be disrespected. What I saw yesterday on Vincent's platform was the height of a narcissistic display from two vloggers who just do not know what in the world to do. They are all grappling for attention, and they are all trying to garner attention without understanding or putting in the work that is necessary in order to grow their audience and grow their audience without being steeped in a whole bunch of mess. Now, I want y'all to hear me and hear me very carefully. This is one of the reasons why I have always focused on just my channel, and you've never really seen me in a whole bunch of people's chats and panels and stuff like that. The only person that you saw me dealing with for years was Daryl Moore because of Daryl Moore's situation. Before that, I had stopped my YouTube channel and I didn't even want to do YouTube no more. It was Daryl and Roxanne, who just so happened to be in the chat today. Hey, Roxanne. It was Daryl and Roxanne who convinced me to bring this channel back and to start this channel all over again. I didn't even want to do this, to be honest with you. And when I see the stuff out on the internet that I'm seeing right now, it just reminds me of why I don't want to do it. And then I just have to change my mentality and say, okay, Marcellus, you gotta shift what you're doing so you can distinguish yourself away from some of this other stuff. Because I'm just tired of that kind of vlogging. Just understand what I'm saying to you. I think William has a right to have his voice. I believe that William has a right to be respected, but I just refuse to be in the same circle with some of these other people. I just cannot do it anymore. I just cannot do it anymore. The kind of work that I have always done has been investigatorial work. I have always done work where, I've been, people have brought me stories. I put those stories together and presented them to you. And you guys, that's been my process. And I want you guys to hear my heart today. Really do. I want y'all to hear me. I'm just tired of that kind of stuff. I'm really tired. I'm tired. And I didn't get off of the radio for all those years that we were on the radio and doing those radio programs to get off of the radio and then take a break and then come back and have to do stuff the same way that we were doing stuff before. I'm just tired. Okay. We're going to have to elevate this platform over here, and we're going to have to, now we can get into the mess every now and then. We can, because that's just a part of vlogging. But we need to distinguish ourselves from this kind of foolishness. We cannot be always marred and scarred in the mess with these people. We just cannot do that. You need to understand what kind of person I am. I am a person who I have a responsibility for those of you that are coming out of the institutional church and you've been looking around on the internet and you're trying to find a safe place to land where people still love Jesus. They don't think you're crazy because stuff is going wicky wacky in the church. And you're trying to find a safe place to land. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to let you know that you're not crazy, and the things that you're thinking and feeling regarding the institutional church, you're not crazy. So it's my job to give you a safe place to land. So even though the rug might have felt like it's been pulled from underneath you, you might even be experiencing some church hurt. Because there is a true thing such as church hurt. There's people who have been hurt in the church, and it is not like being hurt on your job. It is not like being hurt at the ice cream shop. No matter what these stupid people be saying, There is a difference in the type of hurt. And they say, well, you don't leave your job and stuff when you get hurt. Yeah, but my job is not supposed to be representing the King of Glory. My job isn't supposed to be representing, the first and the last. My job is not supposed to be exemplary of the love of God shed abroad in the hearts of God's people. So the comparison is ridiculous. It's an apples and oranges situation. And so I just want to let you guys know, we're going to elevate this platform, but I wanted to talk about this tonight. I don't know what kind of narcissist would put themselves in a position of thinking that they were mentoring someone, all while tearing them down at the same time. You have to understand something, to really understand something. I have a pastor's heart, a shepherd's heart. Even when I try to hate people, I can't even hate people. I be trying. God knows I be trying to hate them. And I just cannot hate them. Now, I may not like them, but I can't hate them. And I be trying hard to hate folks. And I just can't do it. When I see people that are vulnerable, that are hurting, and that you can hear the cry of a person, the emotional, intimate situation, you can't tell me that you are a leader and that you are a leader in God's church, or you're a leader in amongst the people of God, because that is the true church, and that you hear somebody crying out for help or seeking to be receiving help, and you just stomp on them. You just grin and stomp on them, and you just treat them poorly. I don't even care for William, and William knows it because we've talked about it. But I don't think William deserved to be treated the way that these people are treating him. And I don't even want to see it anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. If William cannot see for the life of me that these two blind mice don't mean him any good, we're going to let William experience whatever he needs to experience and learn whatever he needs to learn over there, because there's going to be a profound lesson for him to learn, fooling up with Dr. Scrotum Sniffer again. Y'all listen to me very carefully. This time, if William thought he cried the last time, what's about to happen to him between those two people is going to be catastrophic, because they're already taxiing William out to the runway for him to take off, and for them to take off in a way that is just unseemly, ungodly. And they're trying to backtrack because they know we've told them that this was going to happen, and they don't want us to be right. And I'm going to tell you again and again, you all will not make it. You three blind mice will not make it. That other one over there with no neck, he over there sitting on the platform. Well, William, you're giving them just what they want, William. You're giving them just what they want. This is exactly what they was waiting on. This is what they were waiting on. They're gonna see this. Oh my God! Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. You can't help stopping the train because you can't change your spots because you're unwilling to become a better person. It has everything to do with the fact that you're a person and you're not good people. Because good people would have listened to William. They would have heard what William was saying, acknowledged what William was saying. Even if they disagreed with what William was saying, they would have dealt with what William was saying. And it was the height of disrespect, in my opinion. And I don't even like William. I want y'all to think about some of the things that you all have heard in the last couple of days. Vincent said that he kept William's files because William didn't pay him the money, or didn't pay him the money that he owed him. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm really tired. I will not be for the life of me dealing with that anymore. And to the moderators and to the people that know me and love me, y'all know
because we talked about it. I'm just over this stuff with these people. I told y'all in 2023 that that things was going to be different, and I mean it. 2024, we are going in a different direction. Miss Lex, don't worry about it, because I'm not giving no names over here. And let me tell you why I'm not giving, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to give out their name because they try to grow their platforms on the backs of other content creators. Because I look at all the numbers. I know who's doing what. I know who's buying subscribers. I know who's doing whatever. Trust me, I know. I'm paying attention. And I know that when people are trying to do certain things to build their platforms on the backs of other people, and I know people who are trying to stay in the cesspool of mess and create a whole bunch of cesspool of mess, all while saying they don't want a cesspool of mess. I am done. And I don't know if you guys are gonna, I'm still gonna be me, but I just cannot do this like this anymore. I'm serious. I'm tired. It's taxing. I'm tired. I'm really, 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 really tired. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. But William, you better wake up. You better wake up. And you better wake up, sir. You built a name before you ever knew them jokers. You've been in this space for over 14, 15 years, William. All you need to do, William, is humble yourself and go take some classes and go learn how to do some things on social media so that you can, build up your platform and do the things that you need to do. I may not even like what you do, William, but you have a right to have your voice, and you also have a right to be respected for what you have done and what you have contributed to the space for the years that you have done it and the years that you have, that you've done it in this space. I think it's disrespectful. It's the height of disrespect for these two yahoos to be over there talking to William like William is some sort of Neanderthal. Yes, he doesn't know how to do a lot of things on social media, but that's another reason why they pick on him and they look at him like they look at him. But William, you need to humble yourself and you need to go get you a mentor and get somebody who can show you how to do some things so you can stop and grow your platform the proper way. That's all I'm going to say. And I hate giving out advice because some people, William, they genuinely don't like you because you've been very, very mean to people. You've been very, very mean to people. And William, you can't expect to get flowers when all you're throwing is coal and rocks. Now, people have to step on the coal that you throw in their direction and press on them to make diamonds out of the mess that you have created. Just right along with you and the scrotum sniffer vlogger over there. They have to take the stuff that you all have thrown in their direction, step on it, and move up a whole lot higher. They have to shake it off of their lives. Yes, it's some lessons that they have to learn, but then they have to take it off and shake it off and keep moving. Let's just be clear. I am Courtney. He's nobody's mentor. And if he's somebody's mentor, then why isn't William successful? Why is William always cuddling up under the armpit of these two blind mice in order for him to do the work that he needs to do? Why is that, Courtney, if he's being mentored properly? Because see, here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something about real mentorship. Real mentorship should get you to a place in a space where you no longer need your mentor, in a sense where you can open your wings and fly and go do what you need to do. You understand what I'm saying? I mentor people every day concerning YouTube. I mentor people who have YouTube channels that are growing and they're making money from their YouTube channels. I mentor them. I teach them the lessons and then they just go. Okay? I don't have to have them up on my platform every day saying, yeah, I did that for you. And if it wasn't for me, you would. No, that is a narcissist. People who really mentor people, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You just don't need to do that. And I'm just that's all I want to say about that. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all I want to say about that. Let me read y'all comments because before I move on, I don't want to say nothing about that. And shout out to you, Roxanne. I love you, Roxanne. I started to call you the other day too, but I've been so busy. Roxanne, charge it to my head and not my heart. because I used to talk to Roxanne every single day. Every single day. And I do miss talking to you, Roxanne. So it just sucks. It just sucks. That's all I'm saying. Stuff just I tell you, I have to get back to myself and do things the way that I'm accustomed to doing them. Because I know one thing, I can't keep doing stuff the way these people got stuff going on. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's just not, it's not my thing. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about Shannon Sharpe here just for a minute. I want to give y'all an update to this job. Well, wait a minute. You know what? Let me do this first before I do this. I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. We're going to do some updates to the Shannon Sharpe story. Y'all hang on to your hats because there's a sex tape involved. Welcome to the Mad Church Disease Channel, a channel dedicated to our forgotten brothers and sisters throughout the ages. Want to stay connected to me and the Mad Church Disease community? Well, then join our email community newsletter. Stay in the know with all the updates and fresh content that is created for this channel. It's time you join the private community for the revolutionary family, where we can talk and laugh all in a space that's safe with a no judgment zone. Connect with other members and build lasting friendships. The doors are now open. Want to stay connected and be notified each time I go live? Subscribe to the text community and be notified each time that we go live. Simply add your details for instant updates on all our lives. Are you a budding YouTuber or business professional who would like my thoughts on all things business related? Book a free 15-minute consultation where I can help with social media, YouTube, web design, and so much more. Book your consultation now and build your future. Get away from the rat race and build your business. I had to take Shannon Sharpe down because I need to make a comment. Listen here, I am Courtney. I don't care what William said. You know as well as I know that Larry is not no mentor. If Larry was a mentor, Larry would have never allowed William to come up there and be disrespected. Are you kidding? He would have told William, we'll table this conversation and we'll talk about this behind the scenes, but we were not going to even discuss this out in front of the public. I still love you. I'm still going to help you and be your mentor. But is that how he handled that? I am Courtney. No, he said, I'm never going to speak your name on my platform or any other platform. So he already went there with William before William could even get his piece out. Let's not go here. We're too intelligent over here for that kind of stuff. No, I ain't got no sex tape. You are hilarious. Oh my God. If I had one, it would be good too. I ain't gonna lie. It would be very good. But that's a whole nother subject because y'all know I'm a tainty, ancient nasty, y'all. Hang on. Roxanne, you too funny. Roxanne. Don't start with me, Roxanne. Anyway, that is so funny. That is so funny. Roxanne is a mess. Roxanne, you done tickled me. That is so funny. Let me concentrate. By the way, you guys, I made chicken Alfredo for dinner tonight. It was pretty good. And I used the angel hair pasta instead of using the regular pasta. I use a different type of pasta. I know, right? Listen here. I'm just saying. But over the last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen, let me get my professional on. Over the last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen, we have discovered more about the sex life of Shannon Sharpe than we have ever cared to know about. Shannon has dropped the ball. He has gone off sides. He is allowing his life to be derailed by a Nevada woman who happens to be suing him. By the way, y'all have to keep in mind that Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Fame tight end and a media personality. He just recently penned a deal that is going to be worth $100 million. At the tail end of him announcing this deal, there was a Nevada woman who came forward to sue him for half of the deal he just signed for $50 million is what this woman is asking for. The lawyer that is now representing this woman who is accusing Shannon Sharpe of grape will not be releasing the video that allegedly depicts the two of them engaging in sexual activity. They are calling it key evidence in the case, but they're saying that they're not going to turn it over to the NFL star or his lawyer. Listen to me very carefully, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, that is not even legal. When you have discovery, now I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying here. When you're going through a court case, you have to have the evidence has to be exchanged between both parties so that when they go to court, there's supposed to be isn't any quote unquote surprises. So you have to turn over all your evidence. I don't know. I don't think so, Charity. I don't think the deal was canceled. Not that I'm aware of. And yours truly says it's canceled. I don't know. I'll go look that up. I don't know because I didn't go researching. I don't pocket watch other people like other vloggers come over here and pocket watch us. Trying to determine how much support you all given to the Mad Church Disease channel and the Mad Church Disease folks over here. I still need 9 of you guys to support the channel tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Please do your best if you can. I'd really appreciate it. So she's determining that they're not going to turn over any evidence at all. The key evidence that she's trying to use to say that he raped her. That it's amazing to me. And I want y'all to pay attention to this because now this is starting to look and sound fishy to me. And the reason why this is, looking to and sounding fishy to me, because if you go into court, you're supposed to be able to confront your accuser, and you're supposed to be able to confront your accuser with all the evidence. Is this a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where we're about to see somebody hung in front of the world without being allowed to see the evidence that's supposed to be presented and be able to mount a proper defense? And I heard the audio, the phone call too, a little bit of that audio. But see, this is the thing. Let me tell y'all something about these audios. When you know you're recording someone and the other person on the other phone and you're recording the call, you're going to curtail your conversation and you're going to try to maneuver or shape your conversation a certain way so you won't make yourself look bad and you're going to make the other person that you're recording look bad when you recognize that you're recording the conversation. So y'all need to understand something. None of this stuff moved me. From what I understand, this woman is a sex worker. Let's be clear. She is a sex worker. And according to the text messages that these people have put out, this woman and this man talked very rough. And they had very crazy kind of conversations that nobody should be having through no text message, first of all. And I can't even believe a man of Shannon's age would put himself out there like that. That's the other thing. I'm not texting you nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? So if he lost the $100 deal, that's even worse because this woman done cost this man $100 million. I'm just saying. That's crazy to me. That's nuts, ladies and gentlemen, and that's nuts. And I agree with you, Roxanne. Okay. I don't know about that. Well, okay, let's move on. Roxanne. Let me move on. The Tony Busby of TMZ Sports said he and his client, who filed a lawsuit against Sharpe earlier this month for essaying using the pseudonym Jane Doe. Now, wait a minute. You out here on OnlyFans. You on OnlyFans. This is what I don't understand about these kind of people. You on OnlyFans showing all your stuff, but then when you file a lawsuit, you want to go and use the name Jane Doe. You done showed them every part of your dough. Everybody done seen your dough, your front dough, your back dough, your side dough. What do you mean, Jane Doe? And then you don't even go to the police. You go to a lawyer? If you've been essayed, why wouldn't you saying it happened 2 times? You mean to tell me you didn't go to the hospital once? This entire case stinks to high heaven. I'm just saying. I don't like none of this. And it's not just because it's Shannon Sharpe, because I'm gonna be honest with you at this point. My respect level for Shannon Sharpe has gone way down. One of the reasons why I respected Shannon is because he just seemed to stay out of the mess a little bit. But after that first sex tape with Michelle, I was like, okay, this is a mess. Because you don't go live on Instagram by pushing one button. So that whole thing was a mess. And then the next day you're gonna come out about a week later talking about rose gold. Oh, you take this, Ocho, you get this in your system, Ocho, and Ocho, you take this pill, and Ocho, everything on you gonna be hard, Ocho. That's a marketing plan. It was a marketing ploy. That whole situation, marketing. I'm just saying, it's just crazy. And these old crazy people, the only reason you know about the existence of a video recording is that Mr. Sharpe specifically referenced it in his BS statement. And he said the whole word. Busby said, the contents of this video was shared during the mediation process with Sharpe's attorneys. Again, Sharpe and his team disclosed that not us. Sharpe himself was offered on more than one occasion to view it himself. He declined. He never made any claims or threats about it, and won't do so. So I guess they did share the video. According to this article, it's saying that they shared the video with him, right? And that was during, it says the video was shared during the mediation process. So at one point they were going through a mediation. And so I'm sure Shannon was like, you know what, man, F this. I'm not going through no mediation. Let's just go to court. If you're gonna put this out here like this, and you're gonna come out here because she just wants money. If he'd have gave her $2 million, at this point, this girl would hopefully go away. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even think less of Shannon if he just gave this heifer $2 million and went about his business. But here's the sad part about it. He is still going to participate in this kind of behavior because he is an immature man. And his immaturity is what's going to get him and keep him in this kind of trouble. This is ridiculous. How does a man of his age and his stature stay in this kind of situation? And see, this is the crazy part. And I did read that, Moni, that he offered her $10 million. But no, she wants $50 million with this gut bucket attorney. You know, this gut bucket attorney is horrible. And you know what, bless, but I don't follow these people. Only person I'll tell you, the one person that I used to watch that I stopped following was Joe Budden. I used to like Joe Budden, but I cannot stand Joe Budden anymore. Every time I listen to these narcissistic dudes over here on this here internet, it's crazy. You cannot tell me you a grown man and you running around talking like this. It's just nuts. It's absolutely insanity to me. I'm just saying, you all, how do you get to be this kind of an adult? Shout out to all of you that are watching. Please make sure y'all hit the like button, fall out of the bushes, and please make sure I have at least 150 likes, you all. At this point in the program, I should have at least 150. I'm sorry. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she's a Caucasian girl. That has nothing to do with it for me. It is just a lack of moral clarity that these people have in their lives. God gives these people so much, and none of them can maintain and take what God has given them and live some type of life with integrity so that they can close their eyes with some sort of integrity. Because in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, it's not how you start a thing, it's how you finish. It's not how you started, it's how you finish. And most of these people, you go from rags to riches, and then you finish in a ditch. You go from rags to riches to ditches. Now you in a whole ditch looking stupid and looking muddy, and your name is marred and your name is scarred, all because you wanted to get a piece of tail. Are y'all serious? As a grown man, I just find this is tremendously disturbing to me. And I'll be honest, because I got a little bit of something in me. Y'all pray for my strength in the Lord. Because honestly, if I ever was able to get what I want done and cover that woman with that flour, shit about Sando. If y'all are new here on this channel, you don't know about that. If I'm able to rub that flour and rub that stuff down, because I'm gonna have me a day, one of these days. Oh Lord, pray for me, pray my strength in the Lord. I'm gonna put some powder all on them. Titty to me, titty to me. Lord have mercy. But some of that stuff you got to work out of your system before you at a certain ages, you have to, you got to get certain things done. Yours truly. You got to get some of that stuff out of your system. I'm just saying, you got to do some of this stuff before you become an old man. You feel me? You just got to work some things out. Now, I've worked some stuff out but there's a couple of more things that I need to work out that I haven't been able to complete yet. So I need to complete a couple things, and then I'll be like, oh, okay. Okay, I'm just saying. But I cannot imagine being a person, because he's the kind of man, he has enough resources to get what he wants. And that's another reason why he's fooling around with these kind of young girls, because he has the resources to do it, right? So you got the resources to do it. Work this stuff out, bro. Get this stuff out of your system. Work this out. But bondage and and people got all sorts of proclivities. Your pastors do too. Don't get it twisted. I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all listen to me. Y'all pastors got some proclivities too. I just want to let y'all know that. And one of the loneliest places to be in the institutional church is a leader. I'm here to tell you, because, if you're in leadership and you got an issue or you got a situation that you're trying to preach your way through or sing your way through, the moment somebody finds out about whatever your issue is, they want to put you on blast nowadays. Nowadays, they run the social media so that they can tell everybody your business. You understand what I'm saying? But I grew up in an age where we covered our leaders until they was able to get themselves together. We knew that they were anointed. We knew that they were called of God, but we would cover them with prayer, and we would cover them until they were able to get themselves together. Some of them could get themselves together, and some of them crashed out, if I'm gonna just be totally honest. Some of them couldn't even last in ministry because they was too busy doing stuff. I know preachers who are alcoholics. They were alcoholics, show up to church drunk and think they want to get up in the pulpit and preach. Preachers have all kinds of issues too, you all. They really do. I think that, in America, because we have this Americanized version of Christianity, we think that preachers don't have issues. Preachers got issues. I'm just saying. This man comes from, where does Shannon Sharpe come from? Ain't he from Alabama or Georgia, somewhere way down there in the sticks? Because he was using an outhouse to like 1980 something, wasn't he? Might have been the 90s. They was using an outhouse until 1980 something. You mean to tell me you go from an outhouse to a place where you can go and live delightful days? Thank you so much. You went from a outhouse to using a bathroom, an outhouse, and the Lord blessed you with all kind of blessings, and you gonna live this kind of moral deprived life? Are we just not having any morals anymore? That's what I want to know. Are we just not having any morals anymore? You just can't do your stuff in secret and keep your stuff out of the media. And I'm just, fellas, let me just talk to the man here. You know what kind of female you dealing with. If you going out with a girl and you sitting up trying to go to the mall and try to hold hands, and you trying to go and she's steady trying to take pictures. Oh, there's a video of me out in the world. I ain't gonna lie. There's a video of me out in the world. Yes, there is. I don't know. I thank God it has never been brought forward. I'm just gonna put it that. Now I wasn't naked, but there's a video of me. I was thinking about that the other day. I said, oh yeah, I forgot when old girl tried to pull that stunt on me one time. I was over this female house one time. No lie. This is a God's honest truth. God is my solemn witness. So we going, I'm drinking my wine. We doing whatever. And all of a sudden this chick brings out her cell phone and starts filming me and her. And I was like, I said, oh no, let me get myself together. Let me get myself together. So I let her do all of the little things. I let her do all the little things. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm out. Oh, I'm out. I didn't even smash. I'm out. I'm leaving. I sure did. And I was feeling good that night too, Lord knows. And I wanted it. Yes, I did. And if she would have played her cards right, she would have got it. But who brings out their phone and starts filming people and all of this kind of stuff other than Gigi? I said, what kind of, and the moment she did it, I swear to you guys, what triggered in me was, oh, this is one of those. Like, you collecting evidence already. We ain't even done nothing yet, and you already trying to leave a trail of breadcrumbs. And if she ever, came out with the video, all you gonna see is a drunk me talking to her and trying to get in them draws. That's all you're gonna see. That's the only thing you're gonna see. That's all you're gonna see. I'm just keeping it 100 because I don't lie to y'all. I'm telling y'all the whole truth. So I was like, okay, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. But Shannon Sharpe should know that at his age. He should be wise enough to know better and to not put himself into that situation. He got a sex tape out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what y'all want to bet? That tape is going to get leaked some kind of way. If they say they're not going to go ahead with this lawsuit, or they're not going to, continue this lawsuit, watch what I tell you. They're going to release this sex tape, because let me tell you what it's meant to do and what this case is meant to do. It is meant to diminish Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe's lawyer is coming out here putting out all of the text messages between him and her. Why? Because it is to diminish the sex worker. So you trying to diminish my character. Listen, if that ever comes out, hey, ain't nothing I can do, Lynn. Because I was thinking the other day, I said, oh, and it dawned on me. I was like, yeah, there's a video of me. I tell you, I swear, I listen here. And I'm still friends with the woman and everything. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? We ain't close no more. And oh my God, no, if you listen, yeah, we could sell the copies for $19.99. They just gonna be mad because they ain't gonna get what they think they gonna get. But I'm just saying, that's hilarious. Listen here, and Vivid is gonna buy it and break him off like they did Kim Kardashian. Absolutely. And they're gonna watch what I tell y'all. Charmaine says it is on MySpace. Nah, it don't on MySpace. Nope. Charmaine, I wish there was more things I could say, but a good investigator would be able to find who the person I'm talking about is, and I ain't giving. If they watch the program, they know who they are. And they everybody be watching these programs, so I know you know who you are, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's just too much. And that's just a situation that I just could not imagine putting myself in. But they're going with this back and forth because of that. I'm just saying. But Shannon Sharpe's stuff is going to be out here on the internet before this is all said and done. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. His brouhaha. And my mother's old, when I was growing up, my mother would say his P.Diddy. I don't even know how you spell that. Is it supposed to be Peter Dieter? But my mother would say his P.Diddy is going to be out here on the internet. Y'all watch what I tell y'all. Mark my words. Shannon Sharpe and all of his business is going to be out there. Now, in a minute, we're going to talk about the new claim that old boy is making, old Sean P. Diddy. This ninja is trying to flip the script himself on his case. Wait till y'all hear this, if you haven't already heard it. Welcome to the Mad Church Disease channel, a channel dedicated to our forgotten brothers and sisters throughout the ages. Want to stay connected to me and the Mad Church Disease community? Well, then join our email community newsletter. Stay in the know with all the updates and fresh content that is created for this channel. It's time you join the private community for the revolutionary family, where we can talk and laugh all in a space that's safe with a no judgment zone. Connect with other members and build lasting friendships. The doors are now open. Want to stay connected and be notified each time I go live? Subscribe to the text community and be notified each time that we go live. Simply add your details for instant updates on all our lives. Are you a budding YouTuber or business professional who would like my thoughts on all things business related? Book a free 15-minute consultation where I can help with social media, YouTube, web design, and so much more. Book your consultation now and build your future. Get away from the rat race and build your business. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if you want to be a budding YouTuber or you are interested in using YouTube for your business, I don't care whether you are you have an eBay store. I don't care whether you have a Shopify store. I can show you how to turn all of those things into income for yourself. So the moderators have put the link to address down into the chat. It is also in the description of the video if you're coming by this video, and you can book a free 15-minute discovery call with me, and we can sort of chat and talk about your business, your ideas, what you're thinking about doing, and I can give you some pointers, give you some homework to sort of start on your process, and I will most certainly help you with doing that. Okay, and so make sure that you hit the link to the description and get your free consultation, and I'll be more than happy to help you with that. That's the other side of one of my businesses and some of the other things that I do. So make sure that you do that. Shout out to all of you that are supporting the Mad Church Disease channel. If you are supporting this channel, please make sure that you do so by Cash App. That information is on your screen. Shout out to all of you that are supporting the program. I just need 8 more of you to support the program. Shout out to you, Sean. Thank you so very much. And shout out to Jamie for supporting the program. I appreciate the 2 of you. Thank you guys so very much. It's because of your support that we're able to do what we do and do it well and do it consistently, because we're doing it consistently. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Sean P. Diddy Combs. Have y'all heard this? Now, this is going to be when I read it, it was a shocker to me. Do y'all know that Sean P. Diddy Combs is thinking about presenting an insanity defense to this whole situation? He's trying to say now, allegedly, that he, according to some websites, that his lawyer is going to claim that he may not have been mentally capable of understanding the crimes that he was committing because he was high on drugs. Did y'all hear what I said? I can't even make this up. I read this. I said, if they go with this defense, he's going to jail and he ain't never getting out. This is not the way to go. This is not the way to go. Honestly, the way to go, in my opinion, with this case with him is to chop this case down into bite-sized pieces and chomp away as much as he can chomp away at this particular case. Okay, saying that you're insane is not gonna work, sir. Part of P. Diddy's defense involves his mental capacity to commit the crimes while he was essentially wasted, is what he's claiming. He even has a doctor lined up to testify, but the feds think that it's a totally irrelevant point. And I really do think that it is irrelevant, because whether you were sober or high or drunk, it doesn't matter if you're admitting to the fact that it was a quote unquote crime. Think about what we're saying here, ladies and gentlemen. If your defense is that you was too high to understand that you committed a crime, it still does not negate the fact that you committed a crime. So you're going to stand in open court and admit to a crime. That is essentially what the government is trying to get you to do. And you're going to admit to the crime, but you're going to turn around and say, oh, I was just so high. Oh, I was on the cocoa. I was on the cocoa. And so you want everybody to y'all know I'm goofy. Wait a minute. Is honestly, you're going to use that defense? You must be stupid. He's 55 years old, you guys. If he gets 30 years in jail or 35 years in jail, essentially, he is either going to die before he comes out of jail, or he's going to be such an old man when he gets out that we're probably not even going to recognize him. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. This man is coming out of this jail as an old man. And he's been in there now, you guys, for how many years? He's been locked up now for at least a year or two, right? He's been in there at least a year or two. Combs, 55, faces a minimum of 15 years in prison, they're saying. So that's going to make you what? 65, 70 years old. And that's what good behavior. And I'm telling you right now, he's not about to behave good in prison, because he already was up in there doing some mess that they had to go before the judge and ask the judge, could they put more charges on him? And the judge said no. And the judge shot it down, looking out for him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's his first time, I guess, being in this kind of situation. Now, he is charged, ladies and gentlemen, with sex trafficking, racketeering, and fraud. And his trial, just so that you guys know, is set to start on May the 5th. Now, if you like me, there's a channel that I love. It's called Law and Crime. Normally, Law and Crime will cover the P.Diddy trial. So what I'm going to tell you guys, and I'll announce it here, if the Law and Crime Network does his, makes his court case live every day he goes to court, I'm going to go live every single day, and we're going to go live and we're going to discuss it, and we're going to talk about it live on the Mad Church Disease channel. So I want y'all to know on May 5th will be the beginning of our Sean P. Diddy coverage of his trial. If the Law and Crime Network airs it, we going to be watching it, and we're going to be going live every morning discussing the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial. So y'all just get ready. Okay, so just so you know, because y'all know I'm a crime buff, so we're gonna go right on up in here and we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. It says he's facing these trials. On Sunday, prosecutors filed a motion to dismiss. Wait, that's why I need my darn glasses, because that word is not even dismiss. Father in the God, Marcellus. On Sunday, prosecutors. Oh, by the way, you all, when the next time I go back to the optometrist, I'm going to let them give me them damn bifocals. Because let me tell you something. Having to do this all day, this right here, this is getting on my nerves. I'm telling you that right now. That is getting on my nerves. I need these to read, and I need these to drive, and to do all the other stuff that I have to do. I'm tired. I'm tired. And y'all know I cannot not have a decent pair of glasses. So my glasses normally cost me anywhere between $600 to $900, because my glasses are typically designer frames. So I got to start saving up for these damn glasses, because they cost me an arm and a leg. So you know what I think I might do though? I might have them to take this frame or these glasses, because these glasses are perfectly fine, and just get them to give me the bifocals inside of these glasses, because these glasses are perfectly fine. These are Coach, and you know how many expensive pairs of glasses that I bought in the last several years and things. And of course your eyes change all the time, and my eyes done kind of shifted again. I know, because when I tell y'all I need these darn read glasses. Oh man, every time I think about stuff, I just tickle myself. Listen here, ladies and gentlemen, it is something to get older. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I need these damn glasses. Excuse my French. I need my glasses. I have to have these glasses when I sit down to read. Oh my goodness. And let's not even talk about the fact that when I get in the car, if it's far away, oh God, it's too much. It's too much. The word ain't even dismiss. I said dismiss. The word is dispute. I'm just saying. That's what the word is. Yeah, and I'm gonna get bifocals. Don't worry about it. I'll be good in a minute. I'll be good. I'll be right. I'll be tight. I'll be right. Y'all give me some patience here. On Sunday, prosecutors filed a motion to dismiss. Oh, I just said it damn again. Motion to dispute any testimony that might suggest the "I'll be missing you" rapper did not have the mental capacity to break the law. They actually, so they submitted something in order for him not to be able to use that in his defense. I don't even know why he thought that would have worked. The motion allegedly references testimony from a psychiatrist that they've hired, Dr. Ellie Un, as prosecutors requested that a judge prevent Un's testimony from being included in the court. The notice testimony relates to the defendant's diminished capacity to form the means Ray required to commit the charged offenses. In other words, a mental condition bearing on the issue of guilt, prosecutors wrote in their filing, per documents obtained by People magazine. So this is according to People magazine. According to the Legal Information Institute, a mens rea, which means guilty mind in Latin, refers to the defendant's mental state when the crime was committed. To secure conviction, prosecutors must prove not only that the defendant committed the crime, but that he did so with a guilty or blameworthy mindset. This must be shown without a reasonable doubt. So what they're saying is, in order for him to be convicted, he has to be convicted with the understanding that he has blame, or that he can be filed to be blameworthy in that sense, if you understand what I'm saying. So I mean, it's a unique way, but see, this is the reason why I don't like going to court, and I don't like lawyers, period. That's what lawyers always say. They say you never like us until you actually need one. Now, it's really true, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: the legal system sucks. And let me tell you something: anybody that has a law degree, they have been trained and they are educated to lie. Do you hear me? I have seen it with my own eyes. These people just lie, lie, and lie. And if you are a lawyer watching this, you are a lawyer. You heard me, and you heard what I said, and I will not take it back. You are a liar. They pay you to lie. That's what they do. They pay you to lie. And I just hate it. I just hate the whole system. And you have to sit in court and let people lie on you and disrespect you and say all kind of horrible things. And then when they can't say nothing horrible about you, they make it up. They just make it up. Before you know it, they'll have you building hot tin roofs in Alabama and molesting goats. I'm not kidding. They'll have you doing all kinds of things. You'd be like, what? Who are they talking about? You be looking around like, me? They talking about me? Because you can't be talking about me. I don't even know what you talking. What? That's who they are, and that's what they are. But the old P. Diddy says, y'all, he was too high to commit these crimes. That is some stupid stuff, if you ask me. That is some stupid stuff. And that is not going to work. Let me ask you a question. Okay, so you the jury. You gonna let P. Diddy come up there with you and tell you he was too high at doing these sexcapades and all of these things with all this baby oil? He was so high he didn't know what he was doing. Now, see, I would be in the jury room going, well, if you was too high to know what you was doing, how was you too high to grab a hold of your man meat and stick it in the right places in order to maneuver yourself around these oily, greasy situations? That's how my mind works. If you too high means somebody took advantage of you, not you took advantage of somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. If a defendant intends to introduce expert evidence relating to a mental disease or defect or any other mental condition of the defendant bearing on the issue of guilt, he must provide notice to the government, prosecutors wrote in their objection filing. In February, Combs' legal team claimed that the U.S. law is racist, and the reason he is being singled out is why they call a clear case of selective prosecution. So they're saying that the U.S. law is racist. No, the law isn't racist, ladies and gentlemen. It's inept. It's incapable of seeing the truth. The law is tailored to determine certain kind of outcomes. I want you to hear what I'm saying. Pick up what I'm putting down. The law has absolutely nothing to do with truth. nor does it have anything to do with justice. It has nothing to do with either one of those things. The law bends toward the law. And he who is well versed in the law and understands the complexities of the law and the nuances of the law, that is the lawyer that will be able to get you off and to get you what you need. And the lawyer who tends to work with you and have a conversation with you about your case and understanding the totality of your case, those are the cases that you will win. Cases where the lawyer pretends like they only need you every now and then because they're trying to keep you aloof. And they don't let you in on their game plan so that you can figure out what's going on and how they're going, the angle that they're going to come from. Those are the cases that you're going to lose. And let me tell you something. In order for you to win in a court of law, you have to have the attorneys that know how to bend the law to it damn near breaks. And you have to have attorneys that are willing, in my opinion, to break the law without being caught. And most of the cases that I've seen over the last couple of months and years, those are the lawyers that win their cases. These lawyers that are trying to do everything by the book, they're losing. And you're going off to jail. You're going to jail. Let me tell y'all something. That case that was down there in Fulton County, Georgia with that boy, what was his name? Young Thug. Oh, let me tell you, Young Thug and them dudes had some lawyers, and the lawyers started working together to make sure that they was able to get them boys out of jail. And if you watch those cases every day, they gave that damn prosecuting lady hell. What was her name? Love. Gave that woman hell, and she had to give it up after a while. She realized at some point even the judge got tired of her. Was like, okay, this is ridiculous. But they bend the law. They was in the courtroom passing Mollies and Percocets. I'm just telling y'all the whole truth and nothing but the truth. They had to have a whole hearing about people passing Mollies and Percocets and things in the courtroom. I'm just saying. If P.Diddy is going to win this damn case, he's going to have to win this case with some really good lawyers who know how to bend the law till they almost break the law. And he going to shell a pretty penny for that. And now I can't blame them for trying different angles. I just think this is a stupid angle. Ninja, you a grown man. You 50-something years old. You knew dang on well what you was doing. Simple as that. Because you grease them women down. Can we talk for just a minute? See, this is that childish stuff with a man his age still trying to behave like that. Same thing with Shannon Sharpe. Listen here. Now you got the money and the means. You should have been greasing them broads up in your 20s and in your 30s when you was making money. You was making money way back then. Y'all over here with all of these porn images in your head of these women with all this baby oil slipping and sliding and greasy. When you could have found you a woman and greased her up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand these dudes. You want to keep greasing up strangers. Like, what? What? You want to grease up a new stranger. Get out of here. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. I talk like grown men talk. I'm just saying. You over there watching all of them, all that kind of stuff with them women all greased up and slipping and sliding, and you want to be all greased up. You work that out. You should have worked that out in your 20s and 30s. Or kept your stuff quiet and under wraps with one person and just greased up one person, and you don't invite everybody over to the grease up session. Y'all crazy. Something's wrong with y'all. Roxanne, that would be like me inviting somebody to my flower session. When I get ready to have my flower session, I'm going to have everybody come over with a bag of flour. What's up, Leah? It's insanity. The whole thing is just insanity. We are grown individuals. And if you have certain likes and you have certain desires, you do those things and you get those things out of your, your system. You don't invite other people into your insanity. But I realize that some of you like that kind of stuff. You like to do stuff while other folks is looking at you and watching you and all that kind of stuff. People got all sorts of proclivities. And I ain't even talking about people in the world. I'm talking about church folk. Church folk got all kind of proclivities and all kind of proclivities and stuff like that. I'm just saying, you do. Now, we don't talk about it, but we do over here. I do over here. I'm not afraid. I'm a grown man. And that's because a lot of us guys, we have all these porn images going through our head because you done been sitting over there watching porn. And now you want to have some woman all greased up, slipping and sliding. Y'all remember that old game? Don't worry about it, Regina. You leave that alone, Regina. Leave that alone, Regina. Leave that alone, Regina. Don't touch that right now. Don't touch that, Regina. You listen to me. You done had all of these things as fellas that we don't watch through the years, even from when we were children. As a man, you sneaking and looking at magazines and looking at all these videos and all these things, and you just can't get yourself past these concepts and some of this stuff. You got to get past this stuff. Or you need to work this stuff out of your system. Handle your business. If you're going to sow your oats, do what you do. But hopefully you don't get caught with your work undone. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully he don't come for you in the night when you're in the middle of doing all your mess. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Look, it says in documents obtained by the Post, Combs' lawyers filed a motion to dismiss his transportation to engage in prosecution charge, arguing that no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution. Interesting. I want to read that again. The documents obtained by the Post, Combs' lawyers filed a motion to dismiss his transportation to engage in prostitution charge, arguing that no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first heard the charges against him, I was like, how is this even going to stick? People been flying females across the country and paying them for sex ever since I can remember. These Instagram chicks and these folks slipping in your DMs and all these celebrities, they brag about it on the internet. If you go through Instagram, you'll see these people bragging. Yeah, I just threw this broad out and we hooked up and I brought her this, that, and the other. I ain't gonna lie. For those of you who don't know, so every now and then I'll do some gig work, right? So one night I was out driving and I picked up a young lady who sleeps with NBA players. Okay, she sleeps with, she travels the country. She sleeps with nothing but professional athletes. So I'm in my car, I'm driving. The phone rings. Her madam calls. The madam, the woman who sets up all the appointments. Yeah, I got this Atlanta, what was it, Atlanta Hawks, the basketball team? Because y'all know I don't be watching sports like that anymore. Atlanta Hawks player. Because I just picked her up from one player's house in near Encino, California. That's out where them Kardashians and all them people live. I picked the chick up. Listen to me. I tell you, God is my solemn witness. I can't make this story up. When she bought her bag out from that other dude's house that she had just been in, she lived in North Hollywood. So when she got her bag and was coming toward the car, when I tell you this woman looked like she had been hung and wrung out to dry. Oh man, he beat that thing up so bad. When she came to the car, she looked like she needed medical assistance. You hear what I'm telling you? Her hair wasn't even in the place that it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? She was a cute woman. I mean, she's a beautiful girl. Oh, he beat the brakes off that chick. I was like, when I saw her rolling her bag. Oh Lord. She was coming to the car. Listen to me. I said, oh, Lord. I looked at her. She was cute. I mean, she was really cute. I said, oh, he tore that ass up. That's what I said. I was looking at her. No lie. She gets in the car. Before we could get on the freeway, going towards to get on like the 405, we had to get on the 405 to go over the hill. If you're familiar with California, because we had to drive over by the Getty Museum, right? So I'm like, she get in the car, you all. And now I'm talking about private live stuff that I shouldn't be discussing on the private live. Shout out to all of you that are members. I promise y'all next month I will not leave you disappointed because I got a million stories. If y'all don't know, I got a million. So she gets in the car and I'm driving and the madam calls on the phone, right? And she says, yeah, I got this. Now, let me tell you the story before I go there. So the guy that she was with, now these are rich, NFL players, basketball players, because they have homes in places in states where they don't even play the sport. Like the guy where I picked her up from, he was like a football player who played with another team that wasn't even in California, and he had a house out here. So I pick her up, and I forget who the players and people were. I'm sorry, because he had security out by the gate when I first came in, right? Because when you pull up to the gate, you got to tell them what you're there for and all of this stuff. You got a whole rigmarole. So anyway, I go get her. She had lost her Louis Vuitton bag, some kind of way. I guess the plane in transit and stuff. She had lost like her iPhone and a lot of her stuff. This man was so rich, he went and bought her the same identical bag that she had lost through the travels, and he filled her bag up with everything that she had lost in transit coming to his house. Everything that was in her bag, in her, because she had one of these, it was like a backpack thing, but it was Louis Vuitton. He replaced it and put everything back in the bag that she had lost. Did you hear what I say? I said, oh, Lord, okay. So we driving. So the madam calls. And the madam says, hey, I got this Atlanta Hawks player. And she's on the phone talking to the madam. And the madam says, yeah, he like you. He had met you. Ain't no issue with it, Roxanne. I ain't got no issue with that. There ain't no issue with it at all. So she said, hey, this Atlanta Hawks player, he likes you and he saw you, blah, blah, blah. And so she started talking about the NFL player. She said, yeah, well, I think such and such likes you too, but he got a girl. And so, he kind of likes you, but, he got a girlfriend or whatever. So then the girl says, well, he replaced everything in my bag and blah, 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 blah. And so they go into this whole conversation. So then they start making appointments for other players across the country. Now I'm driving and listen to this. Then all of a sudden I feel a hand on my shoulder. Now I have a rule. Don't touch me. Just don't touch me. I don't care who you are. Don't put your hands on me, because if you put your hands on me and I did not invite you to put your hands on me, that's a problem. I don't care who you are. Do not touch me unless I ask you to touch me. So she touched me on my shoulder. And she says to me, she says in a very soft, sexy voice. Yes, she did. She said, please don't judge me. It was almost, it could have been misconstrued for Michael Jackson's voice, because I swear it was one of them. Please don't judge me. I said, ma'am, you get no judgment from me. There's no judgment. I'm not that kind of person. I said, I would never judge you. And I'll be honest with you. That's one of the reasons why in my life, I never judge people, because you never know what a person has to do in order to pay their bills. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these people were raised to be hoes. I'm just saying. Some of these people's mamas put them out on the corner. And I know that seems to be far-fetched, but it's honest to God the truth. I live in California. I'm just here to tell you, some of these mamas put their daughters out on them corners, and they may not put them out on the corners. They just might invite a man over while they leave and send their daughter on into the room. I'm just telling you, we live in a crazy world. We live in a morally deprived world, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Reba McEntire made Fancy for no reason? Y'all ever heard the song Fancy? Go look it up. The whole story of Fancy. The title of the song is Fancy. It's country music. If you're not into country music, I'm just saying. It happens. It really does happen. So when she said it, I was like, oh, wow. So I drop her off in North Hollywood. This girl was, she was fine. Now, I'm going to tell you, she was fine. I said to myself, I said, it's a shame that she has to, in my mind, I'm thinking, it's a shame she has to live her life like that. Because in my mind, a lot of times I have to think, these are people that have never experienced love or gotten to understand what love should be like. They're going from one bed to another bed to another bed. Can I be transparent? I've never really been in love before. Not in love. I've never been in love. Now, I've met a lot of people I'd like to boink, but not in love. Like love. Because I think we throw the word love around awfully too loosely at times. I really do. Because I believe what a lot of people have, it's not love, it's lust. And you can see, because you've been with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. All them people was bad? No, it's you, dummy. I don't give a damn what you say. It's you. All them people, all them dudes wasn't bad. All them women wasn't bad. It's you. Something is wrong with you. And you need to go to therapy to figure out what the hell is wrong with you. And I said it, and I'm not going to take it back. Most people just are lust driven. You're not love driven, and you're definitely not purpose driven. You're definitely not purpose driven. You are what I can get for today. I need to pay these bills right now. I got to get my rocks off right now. No, that's what you're doing. And I'll be honest. I believe I might have met the person I was supposed to be with, but I wasn't with that person for selfish reasons. And I'm just being honest, because I do believe that I've met the person that I'm supposed to be with, but I wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready because I was being selfish, and I wanted my own selfish needs and desires to be met. And she wasn't going to be down. And I was like, gotta go. I'm out. And I think I know, and I really do. I know it. And it pains me to say that and to say it out loud, but it's true. It's very true. And I'll leave it at that for now. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But the rapper's legal team sought to have the charge thrown out on the basis that the Mann Act of 1910 has historically been used to target black men. Now, I want y'all to listen to me. Y'all listen to me. Why are we still dealing with laws that they haven't been able to mature past 1910? And this is what I need to tell you as an African American. When you go into a courtroom, y'all need to keep in mind that they're using laws from 1910. Do you know where we were in 1910? Are you hearing me? And they're going to use a law just like, do y'all not know? These lawyers are so grimy and dirty. They will use laws from like the early 1900s to convict you. And most people in the public will say, oh, well, they was a criminal or they did something. But they'll use a law that's so obscure that it hasn't been applied and used in any other case or space, but they'll use it on you. I'm telling you what I know to be true. Some of these laws where they have alienation of affection and some of this stuff, some of these laws have been on the books that they never even have used. Demetrius Senegal tried to use it against Brian Carn and lost. But I guarantee you, if Demetrius Senegal would have been a white man and Brian Carn would have been a black man, and they used alienation of affection in that court case, Demetrius would have won. I guarantee it. Because he was in the South and he would have been a white man. Those laws were created and put on the books for certain people, not for us. Just like that whole Constitution and how all of this stuff was made back in those days. Those things weren't made for us. You understand what I'm saying? Give me a break. I'm just saying. Now he wants to use some obscure law to get himself out of trouble. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Shout out to all of you that are supporting the channel. We're almost there. I just need 6 of you guys to do $10 and we're done. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much, Tracy, for your support. Tracy helped us out, so we only need 6 more people. Thank you. Is that right? Or is it 7 people? Hold on. Yeah, 6 more. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. But that's the Sean P. Diddy situation. He's now trying to claim that he's insane. He's insane. Shout out to all of you that are hitting the like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Because our next story, I'm not surprised by this next story, but now churches are trying to sex traffic the missionaries. So not only do they want you to be in the missionary position, they want to sex traffic the missionaries. You won't believe this. Welcome to the Mad Church Disease Channel, a channel dedicated to our forgotten brothers and sisters throughout the ages. Want to stay connected to me and the Mad Church Disease community? Well, then join our email community newsletter. Stay in the know with all the updates and fresh content that is created for this channel. It's time you join the private community for the revolutionary family, where we can talk and laugh all in a space that's safe with a no judgment zone. Connect with other members and build lasting friendships. The doors are now open. Want to stay connected and be notified each time I go live? Subscribe to the text community and be notified each time that we go live. Simply add your details for instant updates on all our lives. Are you a budding YouTuber or business professional who would like my thoughts on all things business related? Book a free 15-minute consultation where I can help with social media, YouTube, web design, and so much more. Book your consultation now and build your future. Get away from the rat race and build your business. I know you joking, Roxanne. I know you. Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it because I don't want to keep you guys too much longer here tonight. Daniel Palmer founded and operated the Atlanta School of Ministry beginning in 2013, which a Jane Doe, everybody becomes a Jane Doe, KD and other alleged trafficking victims attended their time in the Atlanta Dream Center. This is the Assemblies of God, just so that you know. This is coming out of the Assemblies of God. This is the largest Pentecostal denomination in America and the world, along with the Atlanta Dream Center and multiple related organizations whose missions include fighting human trafficking, have been accused in a federal lawsuit of trafficking hundreds of young adults seeking to become missionaries and pastors. Take a breath, as my friend Dawson would say. Dawson, I gotta take a breath. You got to breathe when you have these stories. The case reveals a sophisticated human trafficking and forced labor operation, ladies and gentlemen. It was disguised as a religious ministry, according to the alleged complaint. Young, vulnerable individuals, including the plaintiff, were recruited nationwide with promises of missionary training, only to be systematically isolated, manipulated, and coerced into providing unpaid labor at sporting events, conventions, and corporate gatherings across the country. There is an 86-page lawsuit that has been filed. I'm going to take a point of privilege here and go back to William McCrae for just a second. Would you not agree with me yesterday that horrendous narcissistic display that we saw yesterday was a type of isolation, manipulation? Yesterday, they isolated him. They made him the focus and the fault. And then they manipulated him into thinking that it was all his fault right before our very eyes. They snipped him right in front of us. He was spayed and neutered right in front of us yesterday. I'm just saying. These missionaries have filed an 86-page lawsuit. Now, in addition to the Assemblies of God and the Atlanta Dream Center, the lawsuit also names as defendants the Atlanta Dream Center Church Incorporated and related operations, the Atlanta School of Ministry, Frontline Response International, Assemblies of God, the Georgia District Council of the Assemblies of God Incorporated, the MC Foundation, Inc., Doing Business as Mission Movement Corp., and John Doe's 1 through 50. Did y'all hear what I said? John Doe's 1 through 50. They are all collectively called the ADC defendants in the lawsuit. There are more than 50 people who are being charged with sex trafficking these young people, according to the Christian Post. So if you want to know where this information came from, it came from the Christian Post. The Christian Post is reporting that this 86-page lawsuit was filed a couple of Mondays ago. And they now have over 50 people who are defendants. And y'all remember when I told y'all, and I did that story, right? Lynn is correct. Lynn is correct. The Assemblies of God equals the COGIC. It's the white COGIC church. I'm just saying. It's a doggone shame we should even have to say that. But anyway, listen. No, Christine, it's the white people's Dream Center Church. The white people's. There's a lot of Dream Centers, just like there's a lot of Mount Moriahs. So not to be confused with the Black Dream Center. Okay. This white guy on the screen right now, he is not with William Murphy's church. Daniel Palmer is not with the other stuff. I'm just saying. Let me move on. It's 1 to 50. The plaintiff in the case is listed as Jane Doe, KD, who alleges that, among other things, she was essayed by an Atlanta School of Ministry founder and former Assembly of God minister, Daniel Dan Palmer. She asserts that from 2014 to 2015, while attending the Atlanta School of Ministry, Palmer subjected her and other victims to systematic abuse and trafficking under the guise of the school that he founded. The school operates under the umbrella of the Atlanta Dream Center, which is a part of the Assemblies of God supported Dream Center network. The Dream Center began in 1994 as a home for missions project of the Southern California district of the Assemblies of God. Now, I wish I had time because the little boy that used to run the assembly, the Dream Center, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all check me if I'm wrong, y'all Google this, because I told y'all I done forgot more stories than most of y'all are going to even remember. That's why I say don't question me. If I'm a little bit off, you can correct me, but charge it to my head, not my heart, because I done forgot more stories than y'all know. The Atlanta Dream Center came out of, if I'm not mistaken, Matthew Barnett. That's the name of the young man that started or that came back and established the Atlanta Dream Center here in Southern California. Somebody Google that right now. His name is Matthew Barnett. That's his name. And I'm going off of the dome here. His father was a televangelist, and his last name was Barnett too. I don't remember his daddy's name right now. Okay, there we go. See here? I know I ain't crazy. Lori got it right now. Matthew Barnett and Tommy Barnett. That Dream Center stuff over here was established by Matthew, because Matthew came over here and he was supposed to be starting some church, but I never kept up with these people because these white evangelicals get on my nerves, and I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just gonna keep it 100. You know what, Leah? Leah. And they say I'm bad. Oh man. But yeah. Y'all are horrible. Oh God. Leah, why you do me like that? You got me all off. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I tell you, I done forgot more stories than most people gonna remember. But that Dream Center came out of the Barnett's ministry. Okay, that's where that stuff came from. It is alleged that through both the Georgia District and the Assemblies of God knew or should have known of the Palmer's abuses for years earlier and should have terminated his ability to lead and operate an Assemblies of God affiliated organization. His ministerial credentials were not revoked until 2021. So he held his credentials up until that time. The decision followed nearly 2 decades during which Daniel Palmer and the ADC defendants neglected, abused, trafficked, and exploited hundreds of young adults for financial gain, the lawsuit alleges. It asked about the allegations in the lawsuit. The Assemblies of God deferred to a response from the Georgia District Council Assemblies of God. We are unaware of the lawsuit that has been filed and want to express our deep concern over the allegations being brought forward. While we are limited in what we can say due to the ongoing legal process, we want to be clear that we take these matters very seriously. District Superintendent John Doherty said in a statement to the Christian Post, we are praying for everyone impacted and are trusting the healing and that peace will come. This is a church response into, we realize that we done effed up, but we can't say nothing right now until these lawyers tell us what we can say or do, or we could possibly settle this out of court. That's really what that sounds like to me. I'm about to get you. I'm about to get you. And for those of you that don't believe that people can be abused in church, pay attention. Because this is where you learn stuff over here on the Mad Church Disease channel. I try to educate. I really do be trying to educate when it comes to SA and all kinds of abuses in the institution. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. The lawsuit alleges that certain representatives of the school and church targeted devout Pentecostal teenagers and young adults from impoverished areas and the country who had dreams of becoming missionaries and pastors. So they exploited the persons who wanted to become missionaries and pastors, who had a heart for God. Now listen, because sometimes when your heart is open, your judgment is closed off. Listen to me. If you really want to know how people can be abused in the institution, because their hearts are open to Christ and their hearts are open to ministry and they want to serve God to the fullest extent, but they will close off their judgment because this person said they're working for Jesus, and they're going to get you to the place in ministry where you can bless thousands of people and you're going to be a blessing to the entire body of Christ. And sometimes you will let down your guard, and next thing you know, you are caught up in a whole bunch of mess. And so here's what I want to tell you. The Bible tells us to watch and pray. The Bible don't tell us to be stupid. The Bible says to watch and pray, ladies and gentlemen. So we don't just watch, we watch and pray. But most of you doing a whole lot of praying, but you ain't watching. You got to watch what goes on, and you got to pick up certain things. Even when you hear certain people speak, oh, I wish I had time. Because I ain't going to lie to you. Some of this stuff that I've heard over the last couple of days from these vloggers, some of these vloggers is lying. Upon arrival, the students soon learned the promises were inaccurate and misleading. Students were subjected to abhorrent living conditions. Y'all remember that story I told you about the one missionary they put in the trailer? Y'all remember? I told y'all a story a couple of weeks back that they had that during the missionary was living in the trailer. They put the missionary in the worst accommodations they could ever find. Here's a person that's out there trying to serve God in a foreign place. The missionary should get the best kind of treatment. Those are the people that you put up in the 5-star hotel. They've been slumming it in some of the worst places in the world. The missionary has. Unless they one of these glamorous missionaries, because you know we do have those out in Christendom. I ain't gonna say no names. I'm just gonna leave that alone. You going over there to Africa, but you staying in the 5-star hotel, but you taking videos and pictures with the African children, trying to tell people this is the work that you doing when you know darn well you ain't out there serving and working like that. I'm just saying. Don't get me started. I'm just saying, because these ninjas is doing a whole bunch of stuff. But according to this, They were promised free housing, food, and academic training in exchange for doing volunteer work, spreading the gospel at corporate and sporting events. So you were pretty much just hoeing the children out, pretty much, according to this lawsuit. They're hoeing the kids out. And see, this is another thing why I tell people that if you send your child, first of all, hear me, pay attention. If you sending your child on any missionary work with a church leader, or you're sending your child anywhere with anybody, any adult, you must do a background check on those people. And I'm not saying on the background check you're going to find everything, but you need to at least do a background check on these people. I don't care if he's Pastor Reverend Ho Hop and Evangelist Flip Flop. You do a background check on these people that your children are leaving with. Period. Because we've seen over the last couple of months, in the last couple of years, some of these churches will have SA offenders working in the church. I'm just saying. So you need to do your due diligence. Do a background check on these people. I don't care if they carry a Bible and a 15-pound cross. You do a background check and you tell your child, you can't go nowhere with them until there is a background check. And I not only do I want a background check on the person that you're going to be primarily with, I want a background check. I want to know all the adults who are going on this trip and what their background is. And we're going to run some background checks. And then you ask the leaders, have y'all run background checks on these people who are going with our children? Well, then go do that at y'all expense. Because if y'all want to take our children around the world and take them on these missionary trips, y'all need to be doing background checks so we'll know who's going where with our children. Period. I'm being totally honest and very serious with you guys, and I'm not playing. This is serious business. And the church is the only place where they expect for you to just hand over your children, hand over your wife, hand over your family, and just trust everybody. The devil is a liar. Yeah. No, don't hand over your children to these people. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to all of you in the chat. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. And this is the story of this darn, what's his name again? Daniel Palmer. And these Assemblies of God people, but they're going to have to deal with their situation, and they're going to definitely have to be held accountable. Nobody's going to let them get away with this foolishness. And this is one of the reasons why churches now have to have all of these darn budgets for essaying people and all of this kind of stuff. They have to literally write this into the church budget now. These types of cases. Listen, you could save yourself millions of dollars if you start running background checks on these people and start asking these people some really critical questions. I'm serious. I'm about to say something controversial, but let me go ahead and say this. You need to start giving some of these people around children psych evaluations. Now, way back in our church folk revolution days, we used to tell y'all need to run background checks because children's church used to never run background checks. We used to get in so much trouble for telling them people, y'all need background checks. So I'm going to go a little bit further now. Now that some of y'all are running background checks, and some of y'all need to do psych evals on these ministers and these young people that are going to be surrounding your children. And on these psych evaluations, you need to be asking some pertinent questions. How long and how much do you watch porn? Do you watch porn? I'm serious. Now that sounds crazy to some of you, but you need to ask that. Why are you divorced? What was the reason that your wife said that she was leaving you and you're no longer married to the woman that you was married to before? What happened with that situation? I mean, get deep into their shiznit. I'm so serious. Yes, to work in the church. Yes, I said it. You need to ask some questions. How much do you masturbate? Oops, did I say that out loud? I'm just saying, you need to ask these people some real grown-up questions. Do you masturbate? And if you don't masturbate, what do you do to relieve yourself? Are you relieving yourself? I'm just saying, they need to do some psych evaluations. I'm just saying. I'm gonna drop it off there because I know that's a little controversial. Some of you can't. If you a pastor of a church, yes, you need to be asking these types of questions. And no, it is not intrusive. You are responsible for those children's lives, and you do not want somebody to be coming back up talking like this and charging the church. Listen, I know a case right now. Friend of mine, minister, where his wife was taken. Well, not his wife. His daughter was taken advantage of by one of the organ players at the church. Young man was over there trying to get with this girl, and he ended up making her do some things to him. And then when it came time for him to return the favor to her, he didn't want to do it. He just wanted her to bob on the one-eyed monster. And then when she wanted him to take a trip down the lickety street, he all of a sudden oh no. And now you got to be called into the pastor's office, and you got to go into the bishop's office to now have a conversation with two. Really, they grown at that time, really grown. I mean, you grown enough, and now you got to have a conversation with two grown people that can't keep themselves under control. And she's devastated because she done did something to this young man, thinking he's going to reciprocate. And they thinking they developing some type of relationship, or they had developed it enough in order for them to go further in the relationship. And now she's just devastated, emotionally distraught. She's never going to be the same. She's always going to remember that. That is something she is never going to forget. Never going to forget. I'm just saying. Shout out to all of you that are watching the program. I love and appreciate y'all. I'm going to give us 10 more minutes. So anybody that wants to come up, we got a limited 10 minutes because I'm done in 10 minutes. I'm just letting you know right now, I'm done in 10 minutes because it's 7:54 and 8 o'clock. I'm done. We're done in less than 10 minutes. So if you want to come up and you want to talk about any of the stories that I just went over, please make sure that you do hastily, because I am not going to stay on past 10 minutes. So y'all make sure y'all hit the button. Oh, look who's angry. Look at this. I tell you, they don't like when I drop this link. You got 10 minutes. I done limited the time. Calm down, lady. Calm down. We'll be all right. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. I'm just saying. But we had some great stories tonight. Y'all, let me tell you something. Stay away from some of these people. And if you got children that are going to children's church and stuff, you should be asking people, hey, and go to the church office. It's okay for you to ask these types of questions. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Go to the church office. Who are these people in this church, in the children's church? Have background checks been run on these people who are watching our children? And who is watching our children? That's something that you need to know. I'm just saying, don't get mad at me for saying it, ladies and gentlemen. Just understand it's something. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the only thing that's going to be done. I know I've been thinking about that too, Unchained Faith. I really do, because I say that a lot, don't I? I be saying that a whole lot. Because I'm just like, man, I be trying to like put emphasis on this stuff. You know, you got to start caring about all of your stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest. If I were married and I was going to a certain church, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna want to know the pastor. I want to know who the people are in the children's church and have background checks. My children are not going nowhere until I speak to the people in the office as a man, and who's doing what. I want to know, who is this man, and why have you been divorced 3 times and you still run around calling yourself Bishop Billy Wop? I'm confused by that. And then I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my wife, because first of all, I don't want to go to nobody's church where the bishop been divorced and 2 and 3 times. Oh no, something is wrong, something is off. And you want to be the overseer of a work that I submit under? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't even care if my pastor has to be old at this particular stage of the game. As long as he's a person of integrity, I can't be fooling with some of this stuff that we got going on in America. I'm just here to tell you, some of this stuff that's going on in America is horrible. And we just have to come to grips with that and understand it. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, you are responsible for your children and your wife and your family and the things that happen to them within this institutional church. There are no more excuses that you can make. There's nothing more that you can say that you can get away from it. You need to be doing your due diligence. God bless y'all. I love every single one of you. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you share this broadcast. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell icon and make sure you press all notifications so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we'd love for you to become a member, a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button or somewhere around here so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.